What's happening, guys? I'm Aidan from DK Tune, and today's video is a very special video indeed. It's a Porsche Cayman S 3.4 flat 6, and we're putting a custom catback on it, and we're also putting a K&N air filter and a gold package remap. So obviously that means a dyno before and a dyno after the remap as well. It looks like we'll get about 15 brake horsepower, but it's going to sound absolutely savage as well. So let's get it. So guys, obviously this is the Top Gear supplied kit for this car. As we can see underneath the actual car, these are the two back boxes into the back here. We're gonna have to take all these plastic bits off, and it is actually a valved system that's going on this car. There is the valved motors, then it's gonna come into this X piece and then out the back end, which will provide us hopefully with a load better sound, and obviously we'll have the two sides to this kind of tone with the valves shut and open as well. So pretty excited to hear this baby roar, to be honest. You can see underneath the car, guys, obviously we have this main bit that has to come off, and then these should slide out backwards from down here. They unhook up here. You have to get these bits off and over, this down, and then we have to unhook the tops from the gaskets and then slide it back. So it's a bit of a pain, but it will look and sound loads better when it's done. So underneath the Porsche, obviously the back bolts came out. The old exhaust is over here. The new one we've just bolted up on that bit and that bit, so that should lift in afterwards. What me and Sean have been doing is connecting these brackets. So these brackets go on like this, then like that, and then obviously when the exhaust comes in, it will go onto this bracket, which will then hold it in, and then we've got an oval piece that will go and tighten onto there to tighten where the exhaust goes in place. Then we're putting these back in now, and then these top bits as well. We're going to fix all this back in place, then put the new exhaust in, and then we're going to go onto the little bits that I've been messing with down here. So obviously this is where the valve vacuum lines come into place, where the valves connect to. So obviously that'll connect to that, that connects to that, that connects to a couple of different vacuum lines on top of the engine. I will show you this afterwards as well, and then all that's after the exhaust goes on. We'll have to take the top cover off inside the boot and lift that up as well. So as we're going along, I'll show you exactly what we're doing. So guys, behind us, as you can see, we've just about to finish off tightening the bits up behind here, the flange and everything. Everything's back in place. We've tightened everything else. We've just put the tips on as well, and it looks perfect at the back end, doesn't it? So obviously, as you can see, Dan is now doing all the tightening up. We've both been doing all the positioning and stuff. It's been an absolute nightmare, so I've had to have my hands dirty and do a little bit of helping out, which isn't too bad actually. It's just like a big Meccano set, isn't it? It's just a big Meccano set. So as soon as this is done, the wheels will go back on, and then we're going to go into the back, take the engine cover off inside the boot, and then start on the valve pipes as well. The vacuum pipes, sorry. I'm going to start on the vacuum pipes, which I've already been messing with over here. As you can see, I've already started messing with them. I know exactly where they've got to go. It's just the only nightmare part is going to have to be getting the actual vacuum pipes from the top of the engine to the bottom, because we have a big heat shield in the way. So that's going to be a little bit of a nightmare, but you know us, we'll do it. Okie dokie guys, so the exhaust is back on the car, and now we're going to get this engine cover off. That my man Daniel is in the is in the back of the car. So we're going to pull that off, and then we're going to attach all these vacuum lines to it. So guys, Dan and Sean have got all of the vacuum lines all done now. They lead from the main vacuum lines up the back of the engine all the way down here. Then we've tidied it all up, and then they point down to each of the valves. So that's all working. Now we're going to put the new Cayman in, so obviously you can see where the new filter will sit over here in the back. This is the old filter. Obviously you can see it's quite grotty and old, and then this is the new Cayman filter. And then when that's installed, we're going to start installing the sprint booster. So the new Cayman filter is now in, guys, and we've tidied up all the cables and vacuum lines so that it's all nice and tidy for the customer now. And then we're going to put the cover on now, and then we're going to move on to the Sprinty booster. So the sprint booster is now fitted to the Porsche. Now we're going to hear what it sounds like with this valved system on. So we're going to start it off with it closed, give it a couple of revs, and then we're going to open it and see how loud this beast is. Open. Jesus Christ. Okay guys, so that is the Porsche all done. It's all remapped. Unfortunately, the clutch is slipping on the car before it came into us. The customer is having that done next week, so we'll be getting him back in for the dynos. So unfortunately, I couldn't get no dyno footage, but the car is remapped. The valved exhaust sounds absolutely savage with this flat six engine. It proper screams and roars down the road, exactly how you'd expect a Porsche to. So, if you did like the video, then please do drop a like underneath, comment as well, and subscribe if you're new. And if you want any work doing on your car, then please do not hesitate to message us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll see you in the next one.